students. So today we will deal with the chapter that is organic chemistry, which goes with the part 3. Okay. So in last part 1 we have learned regarding some of the carbon compounds, in the sense organic compounds, how it is present in the nature. And the second part we have learned regarding the classification based on the structure that we have learned. Okay. And the third part will be learning regarding the nomenclature of the carbon compound, in the sense organic compounds, how we are going to name, that will be seen over here. So mainly nomenclature it represents the meaning of the compound. So generally it goes with the two types. Okay. So in two systems we have to name the compound. The first system that will be called as trivial system, and the second one is called as IUPAC system. Now what is meant by trivial system? So trivial system is nothing but based on the history we are going to name the compound. Okay, or based on the language, those who will find that compound. Okay, so based on their language they will give the name of the compound. So mainly it goes with the history of the source. Okay, so that is very important. So that goes with the trivial system. For example, if you go with the red ants will be having an acid. What is acid? That acid is nothing but formic acid. So in Greek we will call it as formicis. Okay. So for that reason they have given that acid as formic acid, and the formula it goes like HCOOH. The second one, vinegar, they will call it as, people they call it as acetone. Okay. According to the source where they find, so based on that they will know it as acetone, and they have given name it as acetic acid, and the formula it goes with CH3COH. So this is regarding trivial. Now the next one it goes with IUPAC name. So where I represent international, U represent union, P is pure, A is applied, C is chemistry. So it is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry regarding organic compounds. So if anything it goes like nomenclature, okay, naming of the compound it goes, mainly it goes to this union. Okay, so there what they do, they will decide what kind of name that they will give based on some of the rules. Okay, so the rules they have released so that even we can name the compound, and that name will be seen all over the world. If you are saying ethanoic acid, wherever you will go, they will be able to understand that is, it is nothing but acetic acid. Okay, so it will be considered as IUPAC name based on the compound formation. Okay, so now how to name the compound? What is this IUPAC name? So that will be saying over here. So mainly this IUPAC name of the compound consists of 4 parts. The first one will be considered as prefix, second one is word root, and the third one is primary suffix, and the last one is known as secondary suffix. So it should include all these things, then only you can name the compound. So one by one we will see the first one. What is meant by prefix? So as the name indicates, pre, in the sense first. Before naming the compound, you are going to give. Now prepaid in the sense before only. Okay, before only you are supposed to pay and you are supposed to use it, right? So the same thing. Prefix is nothing but you are going to fix a name of the compound before. Okay, before naming of the compound, you are going to give a particular name. So that will be considered as prefix. So what kind of compounds are? We can name it as prefix. See, these are the substituent groups. As I told, your halogen groups, if it is present, those will be given as prefix. Remember, halogen groups, nitro groups and all, you can give it as a prefix. And your alkane group, there one hydrogen is will remove. So that will be considered as alkyl. Okay, understood? So now alkane group is present where, for example, methane. Methane is nothing but one carbon will be having 4 hydrogens around it. So that will be considered as methane. If you are removing one hydrogen, so that will be called as methyl alkyl group. So instead of naming as methane, methyl. So while naming of the compound, if you are giving prefix, it goes with il, alkyl. It is not alkyl. That is different. That goes with the triple bond by Ne. Here by L, alkyl, it represents one hydrogen will be removed or replaced. So that will be considered as alkyl. So those kind of compound you are going to give prefix. Now F is present. Okay, fluorine is present in the sense you are going to name it as fluoro. As prefix it comes. Chloro prefix, again bromo as a prefix. Iodine for nitro group, NO2 group is present, this is nitro methyl, as I've told, one hydrogen has been removed. So this is ethane group. C2 had 6, where one hydrogen is removed, so we can name it as ethyl. Again, propane group, C3H8, where one hydrogen we have removed and we have given it as propyl. Okay, so this is like for this kind of group we can give prefix. Now, what is mean by word root? Word root is must in all the nomenclature. Now, what is mean by word root? Word root, it represents the number of carbon atoms. If any structure, if it is having only one carbon, then you are going to call it as met. If it is having 2 carbons, it is eth. 3 carbons are present, then it is prop. 4 but. Okay, 4 it goes with but. 5 it goes with pent, 6 hex, 7 it goes with hept, okay, 8 op, and 9 is non, 10 is dead. So this represents word root, mainly it goes with the number of carbon atoms you should see. Okay, you should check in the compound how many carbon atoms are present based on this name you are supposed to give. So that will be considered as word root. Okay, now what is meant by primary suffix? After checking whether it needs prefix or not, okay, after checking its word root, okay, then you are supposed to go with primary suffix. You should see whether that compound is having single bond, double bond, or triple bond. If it is having single bond, that compound should end with A-E. Now, one carbon is present, so it is ene. Okay, around carbon only single bonds are present, so we can keep it as ene. So compound name comes as methane. Okay, so in the same way, if it is having double bond, then it goes with ene. If it is having triple bond, then it goes with ines. So it should end with these. So that will be considered as primary suffix. Suffix, when you are writing, it should come at last. Prefix first, suffix at last. Okay, so why we have given as a suffix? As primary and secondary. Primary it should name first, and secondary after that you are supposed to name. So what is secondary suffix? Secondary suffix is nothing but functional group. You should check. You have learned functional group, alcoholic, aldehyde, carboxylic acid. Many functional groups are present. So you have to check which functional group is present. So based on that functional group, the naming is there, right? So that you are supposed to give. So we will see with the examples also how it goes. Now, if it is having alcohol, in the sense when you are writing structure, you can find OH as a functional group. So by ending the name, last now, meth you got, ane you got, okay, primary suffix you have written, ane, A-N-E, then that last E you have to remove. Okay, E you remove, and secondary suffix you have to give. If that is having OH group, you have to give it as methanol. Okay, so that comes as methanol. Okay, aldehyde group is present in the sense if you can find CH group, then it is R. If you can find C double bond O, so this will be present in the middle of the carbon. So you will not get terminal carbons in the sense this end as well as another end. So those terminal carbon will not get ketone group. Okay, only the middle carbon will get ketone group. C double bond O. It should not have hydrogen along with that. If it is having hydrogen, it goes with aldehyde. So ketone group ONE, and carboxylic group, that is oleic acid, and NH2 group if it is present amine, and COOR. Okay, so esters are present, then you are going to name it as OH. Okay, so that should be the secondary suffix, in the sense ending of the compound. So while naming of the compound, you should check with the prefix. It should have word root is compulsory, and it should go with the primary suffix. Then you are supposed to write secondary suffix. So this is the way of writing the compound. It need not to be, the compound should have prefix. Sometimes it won't have prefix. Okay, then you are supposed to go with the word root, primary suffix, and secondary suffix. Okay, so this is the way of writing compound. Now some of the examples we are going to see. So now in this word root, this is the compound. So what is a word root? 3 carbons are having. Okay, so you can get 3 in the sense it is prop, right? What is prefix? Prefix is here one functional group is present, there one functional group is present. Okay, so this is nothing but methyl group, there it is alcoholic group. For methyl group you can give prefix, so you give prefix as methyl. Primary suffix all are having single bond, so it comes as A, and secondary suffix for alcoholic group we are going to give all. Okay, so this is the way of writing. Don't go with the naming, so that once you understand how to write the naming, just go with this slide and check. Okay, whether you can name the compound or not. Now we'll go with the rule. Okay, the first rule, it goes with the longest chain rule. So when you're numbering, you should number the compound before naming. So how you are supposed to number? Based on some condition. Okay, while giving the number. So now first rule is it should have longest chain. Now two examples are there. Same compound. Okay, so one is correct and one is wrong over here. Why it is so, that will check. Now here, consider long chain of carbon compounds you are supposed to consider. This is the first rule. Long chain of carbon compounds should be there, so that only you are supposed to consider. Now if you consider, if you are considering this as a longest chain, so number of carbon compounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the longest chain in the sense 5 carbons are having. Or you can consider this as the longest chain. Okay, while numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are present. Where more number of carbons are present, in the sense which, how, on what basis when you will write the numbering, okay, on what basis when you write, based on that, in the sense which should have long chain, so that long chain will be considered as numbering. Okay, so long chain will be considered for numbering. So 6, see, number of carbons are more, okay, long chain it is when you compare with this, so that is correct. Again, don't go with naming. After finishing everything, you can give the name. Okay. Now, lowest number rule. So this goes for your functional group. So now the carbon chain is selected. Okay. After that, numbered from the end which is nearest to the side chain or substituent, so as to give the lowest number to the carbon carrying side chain. In a sense, you are supposed to go with the functional group after giving number. Okay. Now sometimes you are worried whether to give the numbering from one end, okay, one side, one terminal, or another terminal. From which side you are supposed to start giving the number? You understood how to give the number. Longest chain you have to consider. Now, from which side you are supposed to give the number? Based on lowest number rule. In the sense, now we have to check where functional group is present. Now here we have two examples. For this carbon, we have functional groups. So if you go from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this functional group we can name with the second number. If you start from another side, it comes like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this functional group will get third number. So while naming, correct rule is functional group should get lowest number. Okay. So now this functional group, here it is getting second position, there it is getting third position. So which is the lowest one? Second is the lowest one. So this is the correct way of, so you can number the compound from this side. Okay. Remember, functional group should get the lowest number. So then only you can name the compound. See, these are all the naming that you have to try later. Now, lowest sum rule. Now, what is mean by lowest sum? Where there are more than one substituent group, numbering of the chain is done in such a way that the sum of the numbers assigned to the substituents is minimum. So the term locant is used to the number of indicating the substituent attached. In the sense, now we consider these two examples. Now here you have methyl group, here methyl group, here methyl group. Again there also same structure. While naming the compound, while numbering, whether it can start from here or from there. Okay, easy way to identify from which side if you start, you will get the functional group very nearest number. But you have your three functional group. Okay, so from which side you will start? If you start from here also, 1, 2, second position, this methyl it will get. Okay, from here also if you start second position it will get these two methyl group. Okay, now you will be confused from there. So what you will do? Add this functional group which is present. So how you can add this methyl group which is present in second position, this methyl group is present in second position, this methyl group is present in fourth position. Just give numbering and add that. So we get 8. Now number from this side. Okay. So So 1, 2, 3 in the sense you can write. See, that methyl group which is present in second position, and this methyl group is present in fourth position. This methyl in fourth position. So total it comes as 10. Okay. So again, by now you have to check whether whichever is right. So again, it is lowest sum. So which is having lowest sum? This one. 8 is lesser than 10. So this is the correct way of numbering. Okay. The next one. Arrangement of prefix. Now while arranging the prefix, what you should check, if more than one group is present, substituent groups are many, by then what you are supposed to do, these groups should be arranged alphabetically, that you should remember. The arrangement of the groups should be done based on alphabetical order. So when 2 or more identical substituents are present, you can give di, tri, tetra, in that way you can name the compound. So now while naming, now this is a compound, the same compound is present over there. So now while numbering, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know how to give the number. Okay, you have given the number. Now while naming, because this side if you go, from this side if you are going to listen, the functional group get, okay, like easy, lowest number. For that reason, you are going from this side. Now while naming, how to name the compound? Whether you are supposed to give first name for this functional group or for this functional group, that you are going to check. See, this is which functional group is present? This is a methyl group. Here it is present C2H5 is nothing but ethyl group, right? So methyl is present, ethyl is present. So what you are supposed to name first? You cannot go with based on number. Number in it will be given just to identify the functional group. That's it. Okay. So now you have to give the while giving the name, you have to check alphabetical. Whether methyl will come first, ethyl, M or E. E will come first. So you have to give or you have to name ethyl first. So it goes with this manner. Now we check where ethyl is present. Fourth position. So 4 ethyl. Where methyl is present? Second position. So 2 methyl. How many carbons are present? 6 carbon in the sense we are going to name it as hex. All the carbons are having single bond. It will be ended with alene. Okay, so that is the correct form of writing the nomenclature or naming of the compound. Now, if 2 different groups are located at the equivalent position. So now from this side as if you go, third it comes. Okay, this functional group is present in third, and that functional group is also present in third position. By the what you are supposed to do, the numbering should be done in such a way that the alkyl group which comes first in the alphabetical order. Again, now you have to consider the alphabetical order and give numbering for the compound. Because from whichever side it will go, it gets with the same number, right? For that reason, here ethyl group, there ethyl group, so you can give numbering from this side. E comes first. For that reason, you can give numbering from this side. Okay? So that is one more group. The next one, lowest number to the functional group. So here what will happen? See, in case there is a functional group in a molecule, you know now what kind of functional group: alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic, esters, okay, amino group. All those are nothing but functional group. So if it is present, those functional group is present, how are we going to give numbering? So when it is present, the parent chain is numbered in such a way that functional group gets the lowest number, even if the lowest number group is divided. Functional group should get lowest number. Now you consider this section. Same example. Okay. So now here you are having methyl group here. Here one methyl group is present, and here you are having alcoholic group. OH group is present. Functional group is present over here. So now from which side you are supposed to start giving numbering? This side or this? According to the rule, where functional group is present, for that it is the nearest side. Okay. So if you start from that side, it is very nearest. So give numbering from that side, so that it comes as, see how the name will come: 4,4 dimethyl pentane 2-ol. Why we are not writing alcoholic as first? Because functional group, you know, it is having secondary prefix as suffix as OL, right? So you are supposed to give it at last. So methyl group, it is nothing but prefix, right? First only you have to give. So you are going to give first with the methyl group. Fourth position, see, 2 methyl groups are present. it is present, both are present in fourth position. So you cannot write as 4 dimethyl. You cannot write. If you are writing di, in the sense it is 2 methyl group and both are present in fourth position. So one methyl is present in fourth position, another methyl also present in fourth position. So that is must not kept represented properly. Okay. So this is regarding fourth rule. Next, presence of identical groups. If same kind of groups if it is present, how you are going to name the compound? So by that here you can use bi, tri, tetra, all those things forms you can use. Now if you go with this example, okay, here functional group is, see, I tell you, if functional group is present in the terminal end, either that side, first carbon as well as this first carbon. If terminal end is present, start numbering from there itself. Okay, so now here functional group is present for the terminal carbon, start numbering from here. After giving number, what is the functional group? All are alcoholic group. Okay, so you can give suffix as OL. So you can give it as 3, in the sense tri. So the compound name comes as 4 carbon side. So it is nothing but between first position, second position, third position. This is 1, 2, 3. Tri all alcoholic group is present. The same if you go for the next one. 4 carbons are present with the nitrile group. Okay, so give number from any side, same, one is the same. So it comes as 4 carbons, so it is butane. First position as well as fourth position is having nitrile. So it is 2 nitrile groups are present, so we are going to name it as dinitrile. Now nomenclature, naming of unsaturated compound. Now if it is having double or triple bond, how we are going to name the compound? Now here it is having double bond. Okay, start the number from here. As I told, functional group, if it is present in the terminal side. So this is also functional group. Okay, double bond, triple bond. Okay, so you can give numbering from this carbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 4 carbons are present. So it is bute group. Whether you can give A, no, because double bond is present, you can give E. Better you represent the position also. First carbon, don't give second carbon is having E. First, from where you have started, from like this one you should do. So first carbon is having E. Next one you will check. Triple bond is present in the middle. So you can start from that side or you can start from this side. Same, one and the same. So while numbering, you will get, see, from this side if you are starting this side, second carbon is getting I group. Now here double bond is present here also, here also. So 2 double bonds, so we can give it as di-E. Which position is present? First position as well as third position. So 1, 3, di-E. So this is the way of numbering the compound. Now if it is having polyfunctional group, number of functional group is present. So by then how you are going to give based on the principal group. So principal group is nothing but based on their activity. We have given a series. Okay, decreasing priority of the functional group. So sulfuric acid is having higher priority when compared to the carbon. So this you should remember. Okay, now in this compound you have here carboxylic acid, you are having here aldehyde. So which is having more priority? Consider, see, carboxylic acid is here and your aldehyde is here. Obviously carboxylic acid is having more priority, so you are supposed to give numbering from this side. Okay, and name the compound 4-formyl butanoic acid. Why we are giving? See, this end with carboxylic acid end with oic acid. This can end with alkyl. So both ending we cannot give. Okay, both we cannot give secondary suffix. So one can give suffix and another. So this kind of compound is also have prefix. So that will be learning over here. Some of the compound also have prefix. Your alcoholic group will have prefix as hydroxyl. Okay, as well as your aldehyde group, we can call it as formyl. So we are going to give 4-formyl butanoic acid. Okay, so this is nothing but on basis of priority. Now the last structure based on the cyclic group. Okay, so cyclic groups are nothing but which should have a cyclic ring structure. And here by naming you should add it as cyclo. Okay, by naming cyclo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 carbon. So you can give it as X. All are having single bond, so it is A. but while writing cyclohexamine, because it is a cyclic structure, ring structure is present. One more example we will see. Here it is having double bond and it is having nitroglycerin. So from this side you start. Double bond is present for that reason. So here 1, 2, 3 naming are given based on the carbon. So it goes like third position, nitro group is present, 3 nitro, cyclo, hex. Count number of carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 carbon, and it is having double bond. Okay, so you can give hex 2 or sorry 1 ene also you can give or hex ene also you can give. Okay, the last one is 1 methyl 3 propyl cyclohexane. So again here the methyl group is present. Nothing is represented in the sense then methyl group will be there. Okay, so based on the bond and structure which I have learned in last topic. Okay, so now they consider 6 carbons are present, again hexane, single bond it is, and first position methyl group is present, third position it is having a bond like structure. Write the number of carbons over there. How many carbons? Okay, there the number of carbons are 3. Okay, so 3 carbons are present, so we can give it as we cannot give it as propane because now we are not ending with propane, we are writing in the middle. So third position is having ine group, so it is considered as propyl. Okay, because from here one hydrogen has been replaced by ring, so we are going to name it as propyl. So this we have ended with the organic chemistry. So in first part we have learned regarding some of the carbon compound, and second one we have learned regarding the classification, and third one we have learned regarding the nomenclature of the compound, naming of the compound. Better you learn this concept and come so that it will be easy when you will learn over here. So this is just a basic, okay, regarding organic compounds. Thank you.